If you're a big fan of high-quality, affordable Japanese watches, you're in for an absolute treat because I have some huge news for you from 3 brands: Seiko, Citizen, and especially Casio. And wait until the Casio news, you're gonna be absolutely taken aback if you have not heard about this first. Let's start by some news that have already made rounds. It is the release of the new Seiko 5 SKX watches. As the name indicates, these are some revamping of the Seiko 5 Sports released in 2019 that were themselves heavily inspired by the then discontinued and far regretted Seiko SKX. Although most things do not change here, namely specs and materials, some other aesthetic changes have been made. Namely to the indices. Check how the round indices of the SKX line have been replaced by those rectangles and trapezoid at 12. Check that sword hour hand and that somehow modified arrow minute hand. The bezel insert, which in the SKX fashion is now full of dots indicating the seconds, and of course it does have an oyster bracelet as well. To those who may think that Seiko is having a stroke of creative genius in here, think again, because, and I'm impressed that almost nobody from the press checked these, this is very much the dial from the previous version 7S26 line of watches, the divers from way back in the day, right before the SKX was a thing, so 1996 and before. Only with different hands, of course, the hands are somehow original. So yeah, Seiko have done here a mishmash of old and new. Some will like it, some won't. What most will not like is the fact that everything that was criticized for the new Seiko 5 Sports line is here again. So Hardlex crystal, non-screw down crown, and only 100 meters of water resistance. I haven't checked the watch, of course it has not been released yet, so I cannot attest to the quality of the bracelet, but I bet my money that the clasp is pressed. But the end links might be solid, let's cross our fingers. This one should be available in June, so pretty soon, in just a few weeks. It'll come in 4 different colors. The ones on the steel bracelets are the dark blue and the black version. The ones on the straps are the more sporty orange and yellow versions. These ones should release in June, and the prices should be from 400 on a strap and 440 on the metallic bracelets. The next watch in the selection is also, according to me at least, the one that appears to be the most beautiful, and it is the new Zenshin 2. When I reviewed the Zenshin 1 at the end of last year, I was quite impressed by the watch, but it was not the huge deal that everybody was clamoring it was. It was a pretty decent watch, quite well made out of titanium, but it had a few flaws, the biggest of them being that movement, that 82 movement, which was really noisy and really basic. And I am happy to say that here they did address that issue. More on that later. Notice the subtle changes on the watch compared to the previous version. Here you have a bezel with 12 sides, duodecagonal you would say, and you have some really nice dials, all with a vertical pattern, but really natural looking, very nice. There's a light blue version, a maroon beige version, and a green version. And they all look absolutely beautiful, and I don't know, at least in the pictures, this one looks more refined than the previous version. Maybe it is because they took off the date. Let's hope it is so, because this one is also more expensive. The other main change for this watch is inside of it, because they have changed the pedestrian 82 movement for a less pedestrian 8322, with 60 hours of power reserve, since they have called this one the Zenshin 60. It is not the movement of the year, yet it is much better finished, and that skeletonized rotor makes it that it does not make that big noise that the 82 series does. It is available right now for around 499 euros. Maybe that's pushing it a little bit much. I would wait so it goes a little bit down. In any case, case, I have left links for you in the description of the video. Before we go to the last big surprise of the selection, why not consider subscribing to the channel so you can hear more of these great news and check a lot of nice reviews about great affordable watches right on this channel. Thank you very much if you do. And the last piece of news of the selection, it is the biggest. It is the fact that Casio are releasing an automatic watch. After months of rumors, they were confirmed on the 13th actually on the very well-known CasioBlog.com. The automatic Casios will be from the Edifice line. They will have an integrated bracelet, and as you can see, we have 3 different dials in here. A white dial, a beautiful blue dial, and a green dial, all of them with a little bit of a pattern in there, kind of a mineral pattern. They look like integrated bracelets, and the rumors say that it's gonna have 100 meters of water resistance and the Seiko NH35 in them. At this point, we do not know if the clasp is gonna be pressed or not. It might be or maybe not because of the price. Looking at the price, the hands also look like a lot of attention has been paid to them, with 3 facets, and they are partially skeletonized in the middle. And there appears to be some lume as well, and there appears to be a date at 6, which is great for symmetry. It is also said that this one might be around 10 millimeters in height, which would be really impressive with an NH35 and 100 meters of water resistance. Let's wait and see until the official announcement is made. Let's talk about that. That official announcement should come in June for release, possibly in June as well, to the price of $300 for the usual versions to $500 for the carbon fiber versions. Yes, because there is a carbon fiber version as well, although much less is said about it that I know of. It appears to come on a rubber strap. That's been it for the news of this month. What do you think? Are you aching to get one of these watches? If you had not heard about this before, were you totally surprised by Casio's news? I know that I was. I almost could not believe it. It almost goes against Casio's nature to bring a mechanical movement in there. After all, they were called Casio Computer Company. Nobody stops progress. So once again, tell me what you think. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel, and I'll be seeing you really soon. Goodbye.